Let's snap a streak in here tonight. Our road mentality that we had against Pittsburgh, man, do we need it tonight.
The Irish were up by 11 at the 9:58 mark. But now Miami has made a late run. They lead by 4.
We've been here before. This is exactly where we were in Pittsburgh. Exactly where we were.
And right now, Notre Dame has been in this situation so often, they believe they are going to win. Right side, it goes to Newton. Newton in the corner, and the ball is knocked out of bounds, and there go to Notre Dame!
And Jack, something that's not going to show up in the stat sheet was Rex Pfluger's defense on that play.
With 33 seconds left, 7 on the shot clock, shovels it in the corner to Vastoria. Vastoria drives, the runner in the lane is around the rim and in! The baby-faced assassin strikes again!
Is that guy just the coolest guy in the world, or what?
Corner Vastoria, 3 on the way, 10-point Notre Dame lead! Down and Notre Dame again! Short pass on over to Vastoria, drives baseline, reverse layup up and good, a brilliant drive!
At the rim, Fonzie Colson.
Now to Beecham, who drives the lane for the posterizing jam!
Hello, Irish fans, and welcome to Miami for this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Coach Brey. Wow, for the first time in school history, you are 4-0 in conference play.
Jack, we're off to a fabulous start. I couldn't be prouder of this group, their toughness, their concentration, and their poise in close games. That's why we're 4-0.
You have had to close out 4 games down the stretch. In approximately 9.5 minutes of crunch time in those 4 games, you have outscored your opponents 35-7.
It's an amazing run at the end of games. It starts with kills, 3 stops in a row. We have continually gotten stops in that under 4-minute timeout, kills, to give us a chance, and then we've had poised and fearless offense.
The Irish began the week with a nail-biting victory at home over Clemson. We'll be back to break it down right after this.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners, Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also brought to you by Bank of America, Canon, Xfinity, Delta Airline, proud to be the official airline of Notre Dame Athletics, Notre Dame Ticket Exchange, powered by Vivid Seats, Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, SiriusXM Satellite Radio, and UPS.
Things did not look good for your team early against Clemson. You fell behind 10-0.
Disappointed in how we started, but you got to give some credit to Clemson. They came out really hot and attacking, and then we're digging out of a hole the rest of the first half.
VJ Beecham hits a 3, and everybody in the building knew how important that was.
Well, we've been waiting for VJ to get back in gear. He had a tough first 2 league games, but I thought he really set a tone for us.
That VJ 3 triggered a 17-2 run that included 5 threes from 4 different guys.
Well, that's the one thing we can do, Jack. We can shoot the ball from outside the arc. They started to help on Bonds a little bit. Our passing found open shooters, and we got flowing.
Clemson shot 53% in the first half, outscored you 18-2 in the paint in the half, and they grabbed a 7-point halftime lead.
Well, that was the disappointing thing that I talked to our guys about at halftime. Our field goal percentage defense in our first 2 games was under 40. Here's a team shooting about 50% and really having their way with us. We had to get better defensively in the second half.
Really good start to the second half. You outscore Clemson 13-5 to take a 46-45 lead with 14:21 left.
Well, we set a great tone there coming out in the second half and getting started, and I think we woke up a little bit. More importantly, I think Matt Farrell got back in gear.
Boy, did he respond. 12 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, no turnovers in the second.
You know, he woke up a little bit. I think there was some fatigue from playing the first 2 games against Pitt and Louisville. This is new territory for him, playing 30-some minutes. But man, is he good when it counts.
Remarkable half. 1 possession game for 15 minutes until the 9-second mark.
That's the one thing, again, about this group. Every time we needed a key offensive possession, we got it. Every time we needed a key defensive stop, we got it. And I think we just outlasted them.
And another really solid game for Steve Vastoria. His 3 with 1:45 left gave you a 2-point lead.
When I saw him open in the corner and Matty delivered it, I thought to myself before he released it, we're going to win. That's how much confidence I have and we have in Steve Vastoria making big shots.
Now Clemson ties it again, but Rex Pfluger made possibly the play of the game. Great drive, dish to Bonzi to give you the lead for good.
He's developed into a heck of an offensive guy for us and a really good drive and dish guy. That was a key play.
You wrap it up with Matt Farrell hitting a downtown three-pointer.
He hit a bomb from out there. He wanted to take it. He senses the moment. And what a finish and what a second 20 minutes by Matt Farrell to get us the win.
The Irish again make the big plays down the stretch to beat Clemson 75-70 to go to 3-0 on the conference season. When we come back, we're going to take an inside look at how the Irish have been closing out all these games down the stretch. In December, Notre Dame lost 2 games against highly ranked opponents that the team believes it should have won. The Irish built up double-digit leads against both top-ranked Villanova and 15th-ranked Purdue, but could not hold on to those leads down the stretch. However, Mike Brey's squad learned from those losses, and the evidence of that is each of Notre Dame's first 4 wins this season. Now, we gave you a behind-the-scenes look at the victory over Miami at the top of our show. Now we go behind the scenes of the Pittsburgh, Louisville, and Clemson victories in this week's Irish Access.
And Brad Brennell's team not going to foul. They're going to play it out to see if they can come up with a stop. 5 on the shot clock. NBA 3. Oh, it's good for Farrell! And the Irish stay perfect in the ACC.
Here's the big thing. A lot of big guys, they go to the board. Now, we get our hands on it, man, we can go. But we're going to have to be disciplined. Just like charges aren't optional, blockouts ain't either. We're going to go right at their throat, all right?
This is the first ACC game for both of these teams. You crank up the intensity when you roll out the ball today. Vastoria standing on the free throw line. He can tie the game.
Hits the knees, fires it up, and it is around the rim, and we're tied at 68.
Opening weekend, this is how it's supposed to be in ACC basketball. Games coming down to the very last possession.
5-4, Artist throws it right corner, shot on the way by Jones, but it's blocked by VJ Beecham. And we will go to overtime, and Mike Brey out there applauding his club. 10 seconds left. Notre Dame trailing by 2. Farrell driving right side of the lane. Farrell bounce pass in the corner. Vastoria, 4-3. Got it!
What a win for the Irish on the road.
It's awesome to start off 1-0 in this league.
We expect a great one tonight. 2 teams that really have given us entertaining games in the past.
Alley-oop inside from Mahmoud, who dunks it.
It's been a survival game, really, for both.
We're tied at 68. 1:03 left. Adele now with the basketball. Adele loses the dribble, and Vastoria dives to the floor and picks it up to Farrell. Mike Brey says clear out for Steve Vastoria.
10 to shoot, 25 to play.
Now you got to attack. You got to attack right now. Vastoria gets into the lane. Vastoria, the runner, is around the rim and in. Steve Vastoria, the baby-faced assassin, does it again.
Come on, man, here we go.
We got to get them. We got to get them first. We did that Wednesday, and because we get a lot of missed shots first, that's our license to get out and really run. Get up on that board early.
We got to earn it. Don't be hard.
Timeout here for Notre Dame.
Fellas, we got to guard to get out of here. All right? No matter what happens in this possession, just keep guarding, right? Just keep guarding.
You don't have a lot of time to mess around on this inbound. They only have 3 seconds on the shot clock. He goes into the corner to Astoria. 3 on the way. Got it! 70-68. Steve Vastoria. Crowd going nuts. Blossom game drives. Bumps Vastoria twice. Shovels it up and in. We're tied again. Farrell. Around the screen from Colson. Farrell in the corner. Pfluger.
A shot fake. A dish. And it's Colson to regain the edge.
Now DeVoe has it. His 3-pointer's on the way. It is no good. A rebound! Beecham! Farrell now. Right side of the lane. Farrell, long 3.
I love our toughness, and we've had to be tough to finish every game this week, but we found a way to escape. Clemson is much improved and really good, and I'm thrilled we're 3-0, and I can take tomorrow off.
We got to keep the karma going. Hey! And now we go into road dog mode, right?
We go on the road, and that's how we're going to talk about our preparation for this road thing, okay? Bring it in right here.
You've begun that brutal 3-game road trip with another big win. What really struck me on the bus ride back to the hotel last night, you didn't play that well in the game, and you were still able to break a team's 21-game home winning streak.
That was a thrill for us against Miami. There's no question. We needed to be tough physically and mentally because it wasn't flowing that great on the road. But that's where this group is maybe different than maybe any other group that I've had, Jack. They kind of believe, and when it comes to game situations, they really believe.
Now, one of the reasons you struggled a bit on offense, especially in the first half, was Miami is second in the league in scoring defense to Virginia. So they're really good. You only scored 28 points in the first half, but 8 different guys scored for you.
Well, there's no question our bench really helped us in the first half. You're exactly right. Miami can really guard. They took away Bonzi, and they took away Matt Farrell in the ball screen. But we come off the bench. Torres gives us an unbelievable lift. Austin was fabulous, as does Rex and TJ Gibbs scoring the ball a little bit to kind of give us a little bit of juice going into halftime.
It's tied 28-28 at the half, and for the second straight game, you come out with a punch, a 10-0 run to start the second half.
We played through Martin Gebbin in the low post. We're throwing into him, and I thought he made great passes from the low post out to different guys, and we started to flow offensively.
VJ Beacham included in the group who struggled in the first half, but boy, did he help you.
I thought his driving, his cutting was really a key. He got to the foul line, but a big-time second half on the road in a tough place, that's a senior.
Miami rallies again. They go up by 4 with 2:53 left. And again, you shut them down and finish the game on a 10-1 run.
It's amazing, Jack, in these timeouts that we've had where we're down or it's close and it's 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes, how our guys talk about we're right where we want to be, we need a kill here. They're just very businesslike and poised and confident that they'll find a way.
Kind of look at their opposition and they look them in the eye kind of to say, hey, we're coming.
There's no question, I think, and I hope it's happening in this league, that they're looking, the rest of the league looks over their shoulder a little bit, like here they come, right where we want to be. We're the best finishers in the league. Jack, we may be the best finishers in college basketball right now.
Matt Farrell, 15 points, team high, 11 points and 4 assists in the second half, including that great feed to VJ for the critical bucket late.
Miami got a little tired and couldn't guard the ball screen as much, and man, did he start making plays, and he found people, and he threaded the needle with a couple of his passes.
Steve Astoria, who was steady, the one guy that was real steady in both halves, he makes another great shot.
There he is again. You know, we've got him guarding the best guy. We're relying on him again. How he is delivering at crunch time, I don't know if I've ever seen this time and time again, a guy deliver at crunch time.
Is there one thing that really stands out about the game?
I think that timeout, the demeanor in that timeout, when I call it and we're down 4, I walked in and sat down and I thought to myself, I've got the same feeling I've had the 3 previous ACC games, and we're going to figure out a way to do this. And they knew they were going to figure out a way to do it.
And the folks at home saw that timeout at the start of our show. So the Irish win it 67-62 at Miami to go to 4-0 in the conference and stay tied with Florida State. Ask Coach Brey is coming up next. It's time now for the experts at TireRack.com. Question of the week for Coach Brey. Now, if you'd like to send Coach a question, just log on to UND.com and scroll down to the Ask Coach Brey box. Now, this week's question comes from diehard Notre Dame fan Jimmy Z of Granger. He's a lifelong fan and a member of the Notre Dame Stadium grounds crew, recently retired. Jimmy's question is, Coach, when you prepare for an opponent, what helps you decide to play more zone versus staying predominantly man-to-man?
Our man Jimmy Z checking in. I love that guy. Well, you know, I think we kind of, our main staple is man-to-man, you know, but we like to rotate into zone. Sometimes when you rotate into zone, you're a little more aware of how many shooters do they have on the floor. But it's a little bit of a feel for the game to change sometimes somebody's rhythm when we rotate into our zone. Our zone has been very good to us thus far in league play.
VJ Beacham was a huge factor in both of Notre Dame's victories this week, tying his career high with 22 points against Clemson and adding 13 more against the Hurricanes here in Miami, earning him the right to run this week's Inside Notre Dame Basketball Fast Break. Favorite all-time movie?
He Got Game.
First car you ever drove?
Cadillac.
Who was your role model?
My parents.
One thing the public would be surprised to learn about you?
I love gummy bears.
Twitter or Instagram?
Twitter.
Favorite NBA player?
Kawhi Leonard.
Favorite thing to do when relaxing?
Just chill and watch movies.
Which is better, knocking down a long three, blocking a key shot, or grabbing a big rebound?
Knocking down a three.
Favorite class you've taken at Notre Dame?
Theology of marriage.
City or place in the world you would like to visit?
London.
Assistant coach who is most like Coach Brey?
Coach Balanis.
Ryan Ayers?
Great young guy, great with a lot of energy.
Eric Atkins?
Another great young guy. I played with him, so I consider him like my big brother.
Ryan Humphrey?
Great guy, has been through a lot, really knows a lot about the game.
Best dresser on the team?
Me.
Worst dresser on the team?
Bonzi.
Best defender on the team?
Steve.
Best leaper on the team?
Myself.
Beard growing competition, who wins, you or Coach Brey?
I got to go with Coach Brey. Yeah, I got to go with him, especially, the way we were winning when he had his. So.
That's kind of who VJ is, kind of quiet and unassuming, but boy, when he gets on a roll, he's tough to stop.
He's playing so well for us right now, Jack. I think Clemson was the wake-up call. Second half against Miami, absolutely fabulous. He's another great representative of our program as far as improvement, a guy that gets better over his career.
It's time now for this week's Notre Dame Ticket Exchange, powered by Vivid Seats, Play of the Week. We showed it to you a few moments ago, but many fans did forget about the big play Rex Pfluger made at the end of the Clemson game, driving into the lane and then dishing off to Bonzi Colson for the basket that gave the Irish the lead for good.
Farrell around the screen from Colson. Farrell in the corner, Pfluger fakes. He drives, double pump, shovels it to Colson, who puts it up and in. Notre Dame leads again, 72-70, 59 seconds left.
We're about to leave sunny Miami and head up to Blacksburg, another tough place to play against a team that's got another home game winning streak on the line.
15-game home win streak. We snapped a 21-game home win streak on Thursday. Can we do that in Blacksburg? Blacksburg and Virginia Tech, much improved. Really a gifted offensive team. They got 5 guys in double figures, and they're good at home.
And whether you get that one or not, the game next week against Florida State is huge right now. You and the Seminoles are tied for the top spot with 4-0 records.
Well, great matchup. They're playing as well as anybody in the league. Maybe they're playing the best. They've got depth. They've got athletic ability. They're scoring the ball. They're the whole package. That'll be a heck of a matchup in Tallahassee.
It is already a wild ride, and folks, it's going to continue, and we will be back next week to break down the Virginia Tech and Florida State games. Until then, for the head coach of the first place Notre Dame Fighting Irish in the ACC, I'm Jack Nolan. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Irish.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also brought to you by Bank of America, Canon, Xfinity, Delta Airline, proud to be the official airline of Notre Dame Athletics. Notre Dame Ticket Exchange, powered by Vivid Seats. Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, SiriusXM Satellite Radio, and UPS.